I really kept the coverage of the attacks basic, but it's important that you understand the concepts or the anatomy of the attack so that you can understand what types of activity you should see in different tools. With web application firewalls, you can see that they're essentially leveraging regex, string matching, and a bit of anomaly scoring to basically be signature detection devices for web applications. They excel in detecting known attacks like the ones covered in this module. Applicable to all the modules in this course, the MITRE attack technique T1190, exploiting public-facing applications, was tackled head-on, and the OWASP top 10 category that the detected attacks fell into is the A1 injection category. While covering these capabilities inside the GlobalMantics environment, you were able to identify similar activity that was detected by the mod security firewall and likely believed it was the work of the human resistance. Now, I have these capabilities in the middle here as something that could have been performed by a hacktivist group or an APT, because APTs are not unlikely to exploit through the use of command or SQL injection if they knew that they could do so undetected and if there was no other means of access, because it can be kind of noisy. Another reason would be if the website or the web application was actually the main target. But from the other courses and the progression of the detected events attributed to an ongoing human resistance campaign, you know that this was most likely the progression from the enumeration of the external facing services. After everything I covered, you should have an unshakable understanding of application layer firewalls and how they operate. You were exposed to the CRS rules from OWASP and different WAF applications and have seen how those are applied with consistency so that your WAF skills can be relevant regardless of the technology stack. And as promised, I covered multiple web attacker methodologies. Really the two biggies, command injection, SQL injection, and the local and remote file inclusion vector that all result from improper implementation of development functions. Regardless of the state of the application that you're trying to defend, you don't need to have a solution mid-pipeline to be able to mitigate the risk introduced in a dynamic way by the development lifecycle. You have the skill you need to create and detect malicious activity and track down not just the purpose, but the results of the attacker's activity on the application you're responsible for, regardless of where it lives. The rules used by web application firewalls are very much like signatures. And as our discussion about signatures has developed, time and time again, they're a very granular way to detect known activity. But to go beyond the known and identify crafty attackers who can change their signature, you have to analyze behavior over time. And that's exactly what's going to be covered in the log analysis module coming up.